this made a stir in Yankee land. I'd love to get your opinion on it. Um, is that the Yankees are going to be bringing back, or not bringing back for the first time, they're going to be having those alternate uniforms. There has been nothing imminent, like it. There's no official word that it's going to happen like now. It's just that they've been given the approval for these alternate uniforms. So, Chris, I would want to know what do you make of that? Are you on the side of I guess it's like more personality, or just what did you make of that whole news? And I mean, all it caused a big stir in Yankee land, and which was kind of funny. So
Yeah, it caused a huge stir. I mean, it's one of those things where, at times I feel like people get mad for no reason. I think that this is a case of this group that has kind of been together now for multiple years. They've pitched the organization on making a ton of changes, and we're not going to play New York after losses, which is a good idea, by the way. We're not
yeah,
going to do that. We're not going to. We're going to have road alternate jerseys. We're going to have beards now. We're going to kind of break the mold there. We're going to break all these kind of long-standing Yankee traditions. And I think what it's done is it's made the Yankees more like everybody else. Like the Mets, they go out there on Saturdays and they're wearing their City Connect jerseys. And you look at other teams and that's what they do. And you look at every other team in baseball and all the guys got beards and whatever. And the Yankees now are kind of just like all those other teams. And I think, unfortunately, you've seen that in the performance. Like the Yankees have not won a championship in 16 years. And that's what a lot of fan bases go through. They don't win championships. The Yankee fan base is used to winning a championship at least every decade, and they haven't in the 2010s or the 2020s so far.
hmm
And I think that this group, being the group that's kind of shattered the mold, if you will, and kind of changed all these longstanding traditions, I understand why it rubs people the wrong way. I'm not going to turn my TV off if the Yankees have an alternate jersey on. I don't care that much about it to be able to say, well, I hate this so much, or something like that. But it just continues the narrative, and I believe the correct narrative, that this group, why does this group want to get rid of every tradition? That's the part that I don't really comprehend. It's
hmm
like, why do we have to get rid of all these traditions for a team that, quite frankly, has failed in a lot of big spots in the postseason almost every year in this era? That's the part that gets me.
I feel exactly the same way, and that's one of the things I was texting Tyler the other day about it. I am totally open to them having personality. I thought the beard rule wasn't something that, I mean, in a professional work environment, I have a beard, you have a beard. We go to work and you see people have beards. Like that's what's going to happen. There was also the stuff about Judge wanting more music, like Madison Square Garden. That's another thing that rubbed people the wrong way. I don't. I am completely on the same page as you. I don't dislike the fact that they want to have alternate jerseys and they want to have beards. I don't even necessarily buy into like, oh, the fact that then you're going to become so much like everybody else. I get it to a degree a little bit with the Yankees because I think like the Los Angeles Lakers, long-standing traditions with that franchise, and the Celtics. They have their own jerseys now. They have their own traditions that may have been broken over time. You look at maybe less so the Dallas Cowboys, or maybe the Green Bay Packers have alternate uniforms. So there are other long-standing traditional organizations that make changes. But I am right there with you where I think the quote unquote problem, or the thing that rubs fans the wrong way, is that these Yankees, who have now, whether it be the 17 years that they haven't had a championship since 2009, or it's just in the Aaron Boone, Aaron Judge era, is they are making a lot of sweeping changes, and they are making these, let's not call them demands, but they're probably voicing their concerns or voicing their opinion a little bit more. And fans are going to go, because here's the thing. I think a lot of fans would probably not give a shit if they won a championship and Judge and these Yankees were like, yeah, change the uniforms. But then on the same flip side, I do get the fact where Judge said the other day, well, tradition, the star, we have a jersey sponsor on our left shoulder. I totally get it. So I understand it from a lot of different perspectives, but as a fan personally, the way that I feel, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't feel the best that you guys are now changing these things that I've known my whole life as a child fan, and then also my adult life as a Yankee fan. And then it's like, okay, well, we're still waiting on that championship. That's like a feeling that you're just gonna have as a fan. And I don't think it's wrong. And I don't really think there's a right or wrong answer around everything. I would say that I do think I would like them to maybe put a stop in the conversation until they win the championship and then go to Hal and say, all right, can we change this? That I'd feel better about that.
Yeah,
That's just me. That's just
agreed.
me.
No, I agree with you. I mean, I think it's a situation too where, you talk about tradition and stuff, and I totally understand. Like you have the Star Insurance, patch. Of course, like traditions can be broken, and I don't think that's a problem, as you mentioned. I think that the question I've always had with this group of players, and obviously the group of players has changed, but specifically the Boone Judge pairing is I think they know for their legacy, winning a championship is going to be very important. But I almost feel like there's times, and this might just be me, but there feel like there's times where it almost feels like this era is going to get spun at some point if they don't win a championship eventually. And they've got a lot of runway to do that. But if they don't win a championship, it feels like this era is going to be spun as, well, look at how many games they won in the regular season, or no team was as consistent. You should celebrate the fact that they made 10 straight postseasons or whatever it ends up
I
being,
mean,
or,
they
or
already do
10,
it.
10 out of 11. Right, right. So I feel like that's the part where I get a little bit frustrated. It's like, you know, it feels like a little bit of lip service when, Aaron Judge will say after a season, it's a failure if we don't win a World Series. The organization doesn't operate like that anymore. Like they
Mhm.
don't. Like the organization kind of sticks to their plan. We're not going to go raid spend like 2009 where we're buying every player. They stick to their way, and like it almost feels like if their way wins a World Series, it happens. But they're not going to change their way to get that done. And I think that
Mhm.
they're very willing to change a lot of these things around the edges. And I agree with you. I just think if they were able to win that championship, fans would not care at all. They wouldn't, because they'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you won a World Series. Who cares?" So I think the fact that they haven't won opens them to criticism.
And it's literally open door.